Hey guys, I want to show you something I think is going to be really useful for the next zombies maps that come out. And big shout out to Waffle212 and Slickkilla for recognizing this. So I think this method is going to be great for finding Easter eggs. And what it does is when you fire explosives at certain objects, if they're interactable or they're an Easter egg, then they're not going to be affected by explosive damage and show that like soot looking texture on top of it. So you can see here that all those pictures were affected by the explosive damage except that one that you can shoot down. And right here, I fire at this radio and it wasn't affected either. So I go out to the boat here. It doesn't look like I'm able to affect the boat either with any explosive damage. Now this will work with the meat wagon, probably grenades like frag grenades, and then also obviously the rocket launcher. The radio I was just shooting at is part of a song Easter egg, and there is a lot of talk that this boat could be part of an Easter egg because when you do this theater glitch that removes all interactable parts from the map, this boat is gone. So yeah, it's not affected by explosive damage. And right here, I'm just shooting at the door over here where the swords are, and you can see all around it, it looks like it takes damage except for that one door that moves that's interactable and is a part of an Easter egg. And of course, firing at this pack-a-punch ball right here, it's not going to show any effects from firing explosives at it. Obviously the door is removed and it's interactable. So I wanted to keep testing this out, so I went up to Nero's and I shot one of the hats that I don't think is an Easter egg, and yeah, it was affected by the explosive damage, but when I try to fire at the hat that is actually part of the Arnie Easter egg, it's not affected at all. And here I am shooting at the donut and cake carts, and they don't show any effect of the explosives either, but everything around it goes dark and it looks like it's taking damage. And I know all these Easter eggs have already been found. I'm just showing you that, yeah, this seems to be really a consistent method for seeing if something's interactable or not. So this lamp has been questioned lately in the Ruby Rabbit, and I wanted to go check it out, and when I fire the grenade launcher at it, it looks like it's taking, damage. It's not really taking damage, but it looks like it's affected by the explosives. It gets dirty. So to me, that's telling me this is probably not something that will be a part of an Easter egg. I could be wrong, but based on what I've seen so far around the map when I shoot at stuff, and it is an Easter egg and then it doesn't like get dirty, yeah, this definitely to me looks like it's not an Easter egg. I haven't tried this out on the Giant yet. I'm sure it'll work. I'll definitely be checking it out, but I think this is going to be a pretty solid method for maybe finding some stuff pretty quickly on the new maps that we'll be able to like interact with and know, yeah, this is probably an Easter egg. Okay, on to the next bit of interesting information. So we all know about this boxer's picture in the boxing gym that you can shoot down. This guy's name is Mark Maestas. He's one of the directors at Treyarch, and you have to use a special gun to shoot it down, the upgraded Cuda, and the upgraded name is called the Crocuda, which is like the scientific name for a hyena, and this guy uses hyena as like his Twitter handle and also his gamer tag, so that's how everybody in the gaming world knows him, is by the name Hyena. After I'd made this discovery, some people had messaged Mark to ask him questions about this, and one guy asked, are there other Pack-a-Punch guns named after other developers or their nicknames, and he said yes. So I've been curious about that. I've been looking around and trying to find it, so I've been paying attention and trying to find like how some of these guns might link up to some of the other developers, and I've definitely found some, and I'll show you guys that in just a moment. But more about Mark Maestas, and big shout out to Cataphracted for some of this information, really appreciate it. One of the sergeants in Call of Duty is called Sergeant Maestas, and you can see right there at the bottom that it says, yeah, this is directly named after Mark Maestas, so pretty obvious there. So we're definitely seeing a lot of references to this Mark Maestas, and another place you're gonna see it is in the Giant, or Darice, and on the chalkboard it says Hyena, and that's the gamer tag that he goes by. And apparently this is a guy called Dr. Harvey Yena, and his initials actually are H. Yena, so it's Hyena. And in a radio message, Richtofen talks about him, so this Hyena is probably definitely a reference also to Mark Maestas. So after Mark said, yeah, there's definitely other guns named after other directors from Treyarch, I wanted to find out like who he could be talking about. Well, somebody had messaged me and alerted me that Treyarch had put up a video, and it was like an instructional video on their YouTube channel that talks about how to use the gobblegums and like the Dr. Monty's factory. Well, in this video, there's actual gameplay footage, and one of the gamer tags is Anvilarily. I hope I'm saying that right. And then another one is Hammer Haymaker. And then another one is Anvil Scramble. So I was like, well, we've seen Anvil, and that's down at the docks. It's the like Anvil boxing gym. Obviously that's the Haymaker 12, which is one of the shotguns inside of Shadows of Evil. And its upgraded name is actually Shoe Shining 100, so I don't really know what that means, but I would definitely think that the Haymaker is connected to this guy here. I tried to find out from my anonymous source who these Treyarch employees are, like Haymaker and Anvil, but they didn't know. Knowing that the upgraded Cuda is a part of an Easter egg and it was linked to an employee doesn't necessarily mean that this Haymaker is going to be a part of an Easter egg, but you know, it's good to know, just to have this like inside information just in case there is something, and I wanted you guys to know as well. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next video.